It's English time. It's comprehension day, transcription and practice. How are you guys?
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Benji. Perfect. Welcome to the class. Let's begin. Let's begin with our practice. So today, the focus is on transcription. And of course, we need to be very careful with yeah. So we are going to use the video and the vocabulary to check how much you have progressed on your listening. One of the most difficult parts of the exam was precisely listening. So in getting familiar with phonetics and the correct application of it, it's very, very, very useful. Okay, let's begin with the video. All right, attention to it.
Oh,
Does look good?
this looks so good.
Good. The whole drive over, I was just rehearsing what I was going to say, and I started getting a little bit nervous, but I feel like that certainty of my commitment to Mariah never went away, and I'm just pretty confident in the situation. I wanted to bring you here in particular because we're almost at a year now dating, and I know that we've had a lot of hardships too throughout the year. In particular, you know, breaking up here at this lake. So.
You're not breaking up with me, right?
No. No. Come here, you. You just know I love you, right?
I love you so much.
You know, whenever we broke up, you made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents. I did that. You would teach me how to dance. We did that. And then we also pinky promised that we would do whatever's best for us.
Yeah.
And I think that staying committed to each other is what's best for us. And I wanted to ensure you that I'm not going to break up with you again. And so I got you a little symbol of our pinky promise. I got you this little pinky promise ring. Kind of as a promise to me committing to you, baby. It has the jasper stone in the middle of it. And anytime that we go through another rough spot, I want you to know that I'm going to choose you through that instead. I love you.
I love
I love you. I'm not ready for marriage and I'll save your life right now. But I wanted you to know that those are my intentions and I'm going to commit to you.
Just hearing Max say that he wants to be with me through the hard times and that he's committing to this, he makes a promise, like, that makes me feel like the most special girl in the world. Like, I am the luckiest girl in the world. Oh my God.
Adorable. Okay, so this is not the first time you see this video. I want to know if you understood more this time. Let's start with Benji. Benji, what did you understand on the video?
The general idea is that the man want to commit it with
you want, and he
wants
to
To commit.
Commit, exactly. Committed now because it's past.
Okay.
After to, simple form.
Okay. The man wants to commit with his girlfriend.
Excellent. Good.
For this reason, I think that he organized a meet in the lake.
Watch out. Meet is an action. Don't confuse the verb meet with the Google application Meet. It's very different.
This case, well, he organized a meeting.
A meeting, much better.
A meeting with his girlfriend for tell her.
Or tell, if you're talking about purpose, the connector is not for.
To
To
tell her.
To tell her.
To tell her how much he loves.
He loves who?
He loves her.
He loves her better. Excellent. Yes. What a different expression of the video today compared to the first time, no? Today, now you can build better sentences and you used a lot of vocabulary. That's very, very nice. So your construction is getting better. Let's talk about your comprehension. Do you remember any sentence he said?
No, in this case, this is my issue. I can understand very well the speaking.
Okay, that's gonna be our practice. Okay, let's begin. Let's start with that. Let me just ask with Isti to check what she got. In your case, Isti, I think it's the same issue, no? The listening and the speaking is the issue, or the construction. What do you think?
The listening, totally.
Interesting.
Because I know the new vocabulary, but when I listen the video, I don't understand the transcription.
Exactly, when they use the vocabulary. That's exactly the issue that everybody has in this particular case. We are going to continue and do a little bit more emphasis on the listening, but of course remember that you have one video every week.
Yes.
So we have a lot of listening, but let's try to focus on that. In this moment, we are going to do the second part of the video when he is talking to her. Okay, starting here.
And then we also pinky promised that we would do whatever is best for us. I would meet your parents. You made me pinky promise. You know, whenever we broke up, you made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents. I did that. You would teach me how to dance. We did that. And then we also pinky promised that we would do whatever is best for us.
Do you hear the word pinky promise?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect, because that's going to be the context, okay? He is talking about pinky promises, plural. You tell me what he is saying, okay? So let's begin with the first section. Benji, we have 3 chances to get the idea. 1, 2, 3, action.
I would meet your parents. You know, whenever we broke up, You made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parent.
Right after the kiss, what did he say? I will repeat that section, okay?
I did that. You made, you know, whenever we broke up.
Action.
You know,
Mhm.
whenever
Mhm.
you break up,
Close. Close. Probably we need to get what's the meaning of whenever? No? Because this word is going to give us context. Wow, whenever it's a B1 word. Okay, we will include it. Whenever is this definition.
whenever use when the time when something happens is not important.
Mhm. When the time was not important. Sorry. Here it is. The examples.
When do you need it? What? Saturday, Sunday, whenever.
Again, pronunciation.
Saturday or Sunday,
Much better.
whenever. Okay. Yeah.
Right? So it's when it's very similar to when, but when the time is not important. What is important is the action, what happened. Okay.
Okay.
So let's bring that up.
I love you so much.
I would meet you. Made me pinky promise whenever we broke up. You know, whenever we broke up.
We make up?
Close, but no. The phonetic make is very different. The person we is correct, but no, the word make. There is an issue with the word, the phonetic and the definition. Okay, phonetically it doesn't match, but by definition, makeup exists. Makeup is similar to say invent.
Invent?
Aha. So are we talking about inventions?
Mm.
Inventions. Are we talking about inventions?
Inventions.
Uh-huh. Do you understand the question?
We are searching for a synonym of invention.
No. Are we talking about inventions? Is the video about
No.
inventions? Exactly. Then you cannot use makeup for that reason. Because makeup is similar to invent,
Okay, yeah.
right? Then phonetically and contextually, it's impossible to use makeup. So we need to match. First, the phonetics are difficult, yes, but if the definition doesn't match, then we need to change the strategy. It's a different word, it's a different phonetic, etc. Okay, so let's go with the help. Isti, help us. What did he say in this word? Do you have the mysterious word?
Break.
No.
Break up.
Phonetically doesn't match. Contextually is saying whenever we break up, is like saying every time we break up. Do they break up constantly?
No.
Then it's impossible to speak in present.
It's past.
Right.
Broke.
Better. Exactly. Listen to this.
Thank you so much.
You know, whenever we broke up,
Whenever we broke
Broke up.
That sounds better, no?
Yes.
So that matches the context, that matches the phonetic, and finally it matches the whenever. You know, when in the time when we broke up, it's not important to know when, but that time in specific, something else happened. And this sentence is giving you context of past. So the next idea, the continuation, continues talking in past. That's the help. Okay, so this is the first sentence. The first sentence gives you context, so you can continue. Easy. Continue with the next one.
you made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents.
I catch it. No.
Past of catch is your irregular verb.
I catch it.
Irregular.
Catch it.
Irregular.
Irregular. Catch.
Caught.
Caught.
You caught.
I
Yes.
caught. Yeah.
Caught.
Only pinky promise.
Okay, you got pinky promise. Okay, so okay. Let's understand the idea. You said whenever we broke up, and then we have a comma. This means that the first part is the context for the principal idea. Then, what are the components of the principal idea? Be careful, Cesar, because your chat is public now. So you are chatting to everybody.
I saw.
Spoiler. Exactly.
I saw the answer.
Yes, you saw the answer. You spoiled it, Cesar. Yeah, because in the past, no problem. In the past, my chat was private, so I made it public recently, and I changed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm changed only for you, teacher.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Make it private. Make it private.
Well, the next phrase.
The next phrase. Before that, let's analyze. Let's analyze. Every time you have a contextual phrase, like you know, whenever we broke up, this information opens a new idea. The principal idea is not whenever. The principal idea is next. What are the three characteristics of an idea?
Subject, verb, and complement.
Subject, verb, and complement. There you have the person you, in Caesar's chat. You, which is the person, the subject, made me, which is the verb, and then complement pinky promise. What is made me?
What?
Made me. What is this?
Make. This is the verb make in the past.
The verb make, but it's a different make. Look at this. The principal information for make is to create, to prepare. This is not similar because it says, you made me pinky promise. So we are not preparing pinky promise, you know? We are not preparing him. Then this is incorrect. The definition for make in this case is this. To cause somebody to be or become, no. This, to cause somebody to do something. What is cause? Cause is the action of provoke. It's a synonym of provoke. But provoke is for emotions and cause is for actions. So when I say, teacher, can you help me with my job interview? This makes me help you with your job interview. Look at this example. She always makes me laugh.
Okay.
Do you understand?
My dress makes me look fat. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
If this is new for you
because
guys,
I don't know. I can't use do.
exactly. Do is just do is an action, a universal action. I do, I work. I do, I study. I do whatever. What do you do? So you replace the action do for the action, for the real action. In this case, the action is pinky promise. Right? So let's continue with the next section.
He made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents.
I you make me promise. You make me pinky promise. I Teacher, could you repeat the video again, please?
Sure.
He made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents.
That.
Okay. So what you need to do is to pay attention on the phonetics after promise. I recommend to count the syllables. Make sure that you are counting the syllables between words. So you hear promise. Promise has 2 syllables. After promise, you hear pa. 3 syllables. The final syllable is that. So here you have 2 monosyllable words. Okay, I will play again just that section of the 2 monosyllable words.
He made me pinky promise to you that
Yes.
See that? No.
So you heard
T.
T, no?
You heard T.
The vowel is wrong, the consonant is right.
Me promise her? No, you make me pinky promise you. No.
Don't ignore the T. Yes, because you are ignoring the phonetic that you heard.
To
Mhm.
that. To that.
To. Impossible that is to that.
No.
Mhm. But now understand the sentence. Read the sentence again.
Okay. You know, whenever we broke up,
Mhm.
you made me pinky promise to.
What is logically, what is the next word with logic?
I don't know.
When you are talking about a promise, you promise to a person. You promise to
To her.
somebody, to her. In the video,
To him.
in the
No.
video, who
In
is
the
speaking?
Max.
Max is speaking to her.
To her. Mhm.
So if you are Max, what is the correct person?
You.
Exactly. Ta-da! To you. You see, all this logic is necessary. You need to understand and put yourself in Max's perspective and understand the sentence. When you say promise to, promise,
Promise.
you
To
always use to somebody.
Buddy. Okay.
See, he promised the money to his grandchildren. This is the somebody. I know, yes. Of course. So you made me promise to you that.
Mhm.
Good job. Isti, you finished for this moment. Let's go with Caesar. Caesar, action.
Whenever we broke up, you made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents.
I
Mhm.
mm, space. I space meet.
Uh-huh.
Space targets. I don't know.
What? Okay, first you need to decide. Targets. These words sound very different.
Yes.
So you need to take a decision.
Targets.
Okay,
No.
in the video, there is no G.
Okay.
There's no G. For that reason, target is impossible. The other target doesn't exist. So that's impossible too.
Okay.
Okay, let's listen again.
You made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents.
I will meet
Okay,
space. I will meet parents.
it's parents.
I will meet Okay. For context, I will meet your parents.
Exactly. How do you know is would?
Because I sound wolf.
The phonetic is would, right?
And previous idiom, you made me pinky promise.
Okay.
You made me pinky promise to you. And I think that he needs made something for her.
But what is the correlation with would? I don't understand.
Because he speaks about the relationship.
Same issue. There's no correlation with that and would. In what situations is would necessary? We need help, guys.
Promise?
Promise, incorrect.
No,
Will,
promise is will.
exactly.
Promise
Yes,
is will.
promises is
Will
will.
is for suggestions.
Wrong. That should.
Should.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Help, guys. In what situation do we use would that matches this video? Remember, it says, you made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents. So this is a promise in the past. Why is he using would?
It's similar to future plan.
No, it's formal request.
Okay, so we have two options. Benji says future plans and Easty says requests, right? In the case of Benji, a future plan is ing. Verb to be plus ing. I am going to the cinema next weekend. So this definitely doesn't match. You know, and Easty says a request, like a formal request, right?
Right.
This is very similar to what we are helping. A formal request like, would you like to dance with me? Would you like to go to the cinema with me? That's a formal request. But here we are not talking about formal requests because formal requests are for future. And he is talking in past. You made me promise. Let's talk about, I'm going to show you this. In the previous level, in A2, we saw the different characteristics of would.
Mm-hmm.
And would is used in this context will, would for past, where is it?
It's a model verb.
Yeah, of course, it's a modal verb. Of course. It's part of the modal verbs. And we are talking about past modals. We use it to talk about actions that we constantly did in the past with frequency. You are talking about memories. which exist in your structures handbook. Your structures handbook says imaginary situations, memories, etc. Look at this example. I remember my cousins and I would stay all night playing games.
Oh, yes.
So would can be used to talk about past, not future.
Mhm.
Another reason is very similar to what Cesar said. What is the auxiliary for promises?
Will.
Will.
I,
Will, right? Well, when we are talking about promises, how do you transform in the gossip structures? How do you transform will to past?
Good.
Exactly. That's another reason why he used would. Predictions and promises will transform to would. So you made me pinky promise to you that I would, because this was a promise in the past.
Okay.
Will transform to would. Do you get it?
Yes.
That's the reason we use would. So one idea is to understand the phonetic. But if you don't understand the context, there will never be comprehension. Okay, so phonetics are useful, yes, but you need to connect phonetics with context. Together, you make comprehension. Separate these two and you have no comprehension. You got it?
Yes.
Questions?
No, teacher.
No.
No in this moment.
Cool.
No, in this moment.
All right. One more. Caesar, continue.
Okay.
you made me pinky promise to you that I would meet your parents. I did that.
Oh my gosh. I am the
And what is that?
the. I am the.
I am that.
I am the suspense points.
And what's the meaning of I am that?
uh,
Suspensive points. No, this is a complete idea.
okay.
This is a complete idea.
Okay.
Second,
Okay.
Promise to you that I would meet your parents. I did that.
I that.
okay.
I yes, I did that. I that.
I don't understand. Make a decision.
I did that.
Then you are correct. Yes. What's the meaning of this?
He he did meet her parents.
Correct. Totally correct. That's why he said I did that. Okay.
It's like a affirmation, no?
It's an affirmation. Yes, it is. When you say, did you work today? What do you respond? Short answer.
I did that.
Did you work today?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. You see? It's the same logic.
Okay.
Mhm. That's correct. So let's go to the next. Benji.
You would teach me how to dance. We did that.
You teach me?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, of course. With the previous context, you know what is the next. The previous context can help you with the next. Repetition.
Okay. You teach in overnight. You. And yes, repetition.
Okay, okay.
Your parents. I did that. You would teach me how to dance. We did that.
Of the dad? You teach me of the dad? You teach me of the dad?
Of the dad,
Mm,
of the dad, but I don't understand.
mm,
What
mm.
is of the dad?
You are teach me. You are.
Okay, let's take that as a note. The verb are here needs a description. You see, it needs a description. So you can never use you are teach because teach is a verb. Never collocate a verb after are for the verb be. Never. Ing, yes,
Okay.
but this is not ing.
No, no. This is not a danger.
Correct.
Mm. Mm, no, I don't understood. Repeat, please.
Yes, of course. Third repetition.
Meet your parents. I did that. You would teach me how to dance. We did that.
Other dub with the dub.
Mm, some
Dub.
phonetics match, but there is no. Some phonetics match, but not totally. Final repetition.
Okay. Yes.
Meet your parents. I did that. You would teach me how to dance. We did that.
What do you have? No?
No.
Well, let's help Benji. Easy. Help us.
Ay, to dance.
Exactly. Dance. The problem with this word is that he pronounces ra. Ra dance. He
Para
never
dance.
pronounces to. He says
Para
dance.
dance. Dance.
No. Ra dance.
Para dance.
Ajá.
Para dance.
Ra dance. Okay. Final repetition. No, second repetition.
Meet your parents. I did that. You would teach me how to dance. We did that.
We did that. The finally.
Of course. The final. The
The
final
final.
phrase, not finally.
The final.
We did that, which is exactly the same phonetics that we have here,
Yes,
right?
it was easy, this part.
Exactly, because the previous context helps us understand the next. That's why connecting the full video is important. In the chat we have you would, you know, that doesn't sound same and has no connection. Well, what do we mean? We did that is similar to say we did learn to dance. That dance.
We did that.
Final repetition.
It's your parents. I did that. You would teach me how to dance. We did that.
Teaches me Ara is how Ara no is
Sounds very similar to ara, because there is a vowel before to. You would teach me ara dance. What is that ara? This is when the context is useful. If
the
you are
context for me is as no as to the no
asked to
or
them, no, because that doesn't match. No. It goes together with the verb teach. When you teach a person, you teach and you give instructions, no? What is a connector for instructions?
connector for instructions. How?
Correct. That's it. That's why you understand ara, because he's pronouncing, you will teach me how to dance.
Hara
No, hara, no, hara. Hara
Hara
dance.
Hara dance.
How to dance.
No, how to dance. No,
Exactly. It's not how to.
Hara dance.
How to dance. And this hara is very common in American speech. How to do. I will teach you how to do. If you watch tutorials in English, you will be super familiar with these phonetics. Hello guys, my name is Fernando. Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe. Today I'm going to teach you how to play. I'm going to teach you how to do. This is a very common expression in tutorials in English. So I recommend that you start watching tutorials in English, not in Spanish.
Okay.
Okay? Finally, because I have to run to the next class, I will give you the final word. Or I think Cesar has it. Do you have the last word?
What, teacher?
Do you have the last word?
Yes. The last word, you will teach me how to dance. We did that.
You will teach me how to dance because this was a promise in the past.
Yeah.
That's why. Similar to meet your parents. Meet your parents was a promise in the past. Teach me how to dance was a promise in the past. That's why we need to use would.
Yeah, and I understand because that he told her that we did that. Similar for the other sentences,
Similar to. No, similar for. Similar to.
similar to the other sentences that
Exactly.
he said, I did that.
The previous information, he visually, he opens a finger and he says, I will meet your parents. We did that. You will teach me how to dance. We did that. And there is a third promise. And that's going to be for the next sessions. Right. Do you have any question, guys?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Continue practicing your video. Search multimedia in English. If you need what's the name of it? A tutorial, yes. A tutorial. Start learning and practicing with English content, because that's going to get you familiar with English reasons, the reason why they use the structures. Okay, if you want to get familiar with the structures, you need to start listening American people speaking. Okay, let's finish for today. I'll see you on Monday. I know,
Thank you, teacher.
Friday,
No,
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Perfect. I'll see you tomorrow. It has been a long day.
Good
Bye,
Good
guys.
evening, everyone.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Good evening.